We are live. It says so, so it must be true. Okay, hello everybody. Welcome here. It's Anna and Sylvain. Thank you so much for being here on the channel. How are
Thank you for
you?
having me.
That's always the thing you have to say, right? Thank you for having me. I'm so excited to be here.
I really am, though.
This is your first live, right?
It's my first live in English. I used to make a few in French, but yeah, we'll see how it goes. I hope I won't look at you with despair in my eyes and then say words in French, hoping that you'll help me. I hope not doing that, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah. Yeah. No, no, that's perfect. Um, yeah, I was actually raised speaking half Dutch, half French, but I have nobody at the moment in daily life to
Mhm.
talk to in French. So I'm speaking much more English than French, but still, I think with some words I'll be able to help you. Although, yeah, takes a while. But yeah, so both languages I think are fine. I see a lot of people coming in already. That's so much fun. So Candy was the first one. Maria, Honey from Fierce and Pretty. I don't know how to do this on StreamYard. How to? Erin is here. Hello. How to make you see the chat, Sylvain? But is it okay for you now?
Oh yeah, I'm connected on YouTube, so I can see it, and
Okay.
I can also see my face with a time lapse. So I'm not gonna look at that.
Okay, good, good. So, yeah, we are talking for the first time. Actually, it's. I already, we went live or talked to one another a few minutes before going live, and I told Sylvain, well, this is a little bit new for me as well because it's the first time that I am doing a live with someone who I haven't, met yet, except in the comment section of your videos, my videos, other people's videos. And yeah, but I guess I was just inspired last time by Sadhana, who actually did the same thing, except that we were doing readings then.
Mhm.
But today we decided to talk about this weird little deck,
Yes.
very obscure. The
Well,
Crow's Magic
less and
Tarot.
less I feel because we talk about it a lot. But
All of a sudden, I think this is maybe this year and next year is the year of this deck. Like many more people have it. If you have this deck, let us know in the chat. Because for the longest time, I felt like I was the only one who had this deck and loved it. Um,
to be fair, I think everybody bought it because of you.
oh,
We all saw it on your channel before.
you think so? Well, I got maybe I got some comments of people who I don't think they make videos, but like people who actually bought it in the 90s, when it came out.
Mhm.
I think it came out, yeah, in the 90s. Um, and said, "Oh, it's so nice that you love this deck. It's totally not my taste or my style." Always the same comment. Um, but now that I saw this video, I'm going to try and read with it or something. And well, either those people love this deck now or still have this deck and read with this deck, or they actually are the ones who sold this deck to the people who make videos.
Yeah.
Yeah, so wait, let's see. Ellen is here. Mixtress Ray, hi, you are here. Cool. So I know we have someone who has the Crow's Magic Tarot.
Mhm.
Ian is here. Oh my god, I'm watching a live about my most hated deck. I hope to get some appreciation for it. Don't worry about it. People saying hello. Hagstone, hi Anna, Silva, and everyone. Very exciting. We'll be listening while cooking, so may miss the comments. All right. Oh, hey, there you go. Someone else has this deck. People are happy to see us together on YouTube saying hi. Okay, good, good. So, Siva, for you it's the afternoon. For me, it's the evening. I am in Amsterdam, and you are
In Montreal.
in Montreal. Yeah, and let's see. Oh, popping in to say hi. Oh, hello, Julie. Yes, fun. Okay, so we decided to just have a chat about this and that and everything and whatever comes up, but mostly the Crow's Magic Tarot because we both have this deck, and I mean, it's not like I have so much to say about this deck at this point, but I am interested in hearing what other people who are working with this deck, feel about it or think about it because it's so far out of my and I think most people's taste that I still don't really know why I like it, at least not visually. Just the way that I work with it, I know. But yeah, do you already know or have an idea why you like this deck or why you I think you want to keep this deck, right?
Absolutely. To be fair, at this point, it would not make my only 10 decks if I if I had to,
Hmm.
but it's one deck that I really appreciate, and the way I feel is it brings me back into the future. And I don't know if that makes sense, but it brings me back to that very short amount of time where I was a smart kid, but puberty didn't hit yet. So I was not struck with emotions and craziness, but I was still a kid. And to me, it represents this came out in 98. I feel like it's older than that because to me, it represents remember when we were young, we were seeing the year 2000 as a year where cars would fly and the meals would be pills. We were seeing the year 2000 like that, and this is what I find within this deck. That have been said, it's also kind of scary because there is a lot of white space. There's a lot of void in those cards, and you feel like you are walking in this void and seeing things floating around, and it's an experience. So I'm not sure if I'm totally comfortable with that experience, but I love the deck so much.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, I recognize what you're saying because I think even upon unboxing this deck, I actually made a video, but I had this deck. It was last year, yeah, last year, 2020, um, where I bought four decks. In during the whole year, and this was, I think, my second deck. I don't know, whatever, but I kept it on the shelf unopened for 2 weeks because I wanted to open it on a Sabbath. So I think this was my Beltane deck, so Fire Festival. So just I don't know, but that's I see this deck has a lot of fire, maybe,
Mhm.
but obviously I saw a few of these cards before I got the deck, not all of them, but immediately I got this feeling of with so much void, black void, and then the bright colors, like just an example, if you can see, it's uh, it's as if there's just one beam of light, and in the rest is nothingness, one beam of light, and through that beam of light you have to kind of like find meaning or see these things, see these creatures crawl or fly or run across, and it's a very dream world, it's very
Mhm.
surreal, but this I don't really know, it's almost as if but maybe I'm taking it like really deep and far, but I think, why not have this
Mm.
connection with Dex? It also transcends this time thing. Like it's not just animals that still exist. There's actually a velociraptor in the deck. I don't know, it's a court card, the Knight of Wands, I think,
There
is
is one
the
on the
old
wheel.
school. Yes, yes, also
Mm.
on the wheel, yeah, like a little bit different computer style. But I mean, it's yeah, that's one of the things I feel with this deck, and that's why maybe it's such a weirdo. It's not
Mhm.
just the art and the keywords and the
But
computer stuff.
even the keywords are interesting. They are unique.
Yeah, do you have some off the top of your head that you're like, I don't understand this, or I don't agree with this maybe?
On the top of my head, no, but I'm sure we're gonna look at the cards. Oh, I do have one, the Tower Draconian. This is not a keyword we see quite often, but I'm revealing my favorite cards now, so I'm a bit
Yes.
ahead of the time.
No, I mean, don't worry. I think we both made three piles, maybe.
I made three piles. I made a pile of my favorite ones, which I had to reduce because there's a lot. I had a pile of the cards that I like because they're cool. And, I like them on a superficial level. And there's a few cards that, well, it's my unlike pile, but I don't unlike them. It's just that they are less appealing to me.
Yes, yes. And do you know, I mean, I made one pile of like, so
Mhm.
maybe I should quickly go through it and pull out a few loves because that's almost the whole deck. These are my likes.
Oh my God. Well, I had to reduce because I would have done the same.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
obviously. So, guys, we tried to prepare, right? But then I have a pile of meh,
Hmm.
quite a few in those. I think, like, actually, I counted them 11 cards in there. And I have four dislikes.
Okay.
So, how many dislikes ish do you have, you think?
I have five.
Oh, there you go. Okay, so do you have a majority of a suit?
Let me check. I'm sorry. I had my cup.
And while you do that,
Um,
I check the comments.
Most are in the major arcana.
Really? Ooh, okay.
Well, the thing is, I feel there's a little bit of repetition in the minor arcana in some cards, but I wasn't, I don't know, they didn't came out as, very unlikable to me. So I didn't put it. Otherwise, we could talk a lot about each of those cards. So.
Yeah. Yeah, I think this is a deck that has so much weird stuff. Yeah.
Mhm.
We could, if we would want to, maybe everyone will get this deck. I don't know. Somehow it will get a reprint, everyone will get the deck. It will be the new Wild Unknown, and I don't think so though. But then we can, we could make videos about every single line and what it could mean, how
Mhm.
we saw in Well Enough. But for me, the four cards that I disliked are all from the discs is no coins suit,
Okay.
which I must say, yeah, I mean, when you said all of the repetition in the minors, obviously I think about the wands because the wands are
Mhm.
always the same.
Mhm.
But it's true, like one by one, they're not so terrible.
I
um,
have one coin cards in my dislike. So we'll see if we have the same.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. So, Silva, I am not sure if I am a bad interviewer, probably, but you told me before we went live you remembered something that you wanted to say. I don't remember what it was about.
Oh, I knew it would come up in the conversation. It's because, well, there is this card that we both like that we have to show. The
Obviously.
Five of Swords. And this is the Spiky Butt. And you have to understand how much I love. This is one of my middle-aged man passion. It's that I just love going on the internet and try to trend the untrendable. So getting hashtags that are not relatable to anything. So that's why I try to trend the hashtag spiky butt because you can put it in a conversation, really. And I was also trying to trend the pips with feeling. So that's why we were talking about this earlier. And pips with feeling also apply to this beautiful deck.
Yes, yes, I agree. No, I love your pips with feeling. Yeah, just it's an expression to me. It's your expression. Everyone knows it's your expression. I love that. It's very good. And then the spiky butt is just so funny to me that you every time you crack up. uh, yeah, because I mean it's iconic. That is one of the features that makes this deck iconic. Yeah, I wish maybe there were more spiky butts.
There's a few though. I feel like, well, we don't always see it, but I feel like every time there's a human, they have a spiky butt. The lovers are spiky buddies. Like everything is spiky on them.
Yeah, they're very fit.
Yeah,
But
we'll put it that way.
but many animals in this deck and many things that are never explained, even in the large guidebook.
But I kind of
Um,
like that though.
yeah, me too. Because I saw this. I love this about the tarot tube community. It's like it's not a immediate VR to each other, but I just happened to catch on quickly enough where Mixtress Ray was talking about this in a video. Very
Mhm.
interesting. I think it was the last one that Mixtress Ray uploaded. Yeah, I loved so many things that she said. Actually, everything that she said. And then the next day, you uploaded a video and said, "Hey, it's me. We were the ones who had this conversation about the what was it again? Like the not
The
knowing what it means and
the artist intent. Mm.
yeah, yeah, just so good. Because I mean, I didn't read the entire guidebook of Crow's Magic Tarot yet. Um I will, but I have other things to read right now. I'm actually reading the big fat Garden of Pomegranates by Israel Regardi.
Mm.
Yeah, but not trying to make the Tree of Life a filing cabinet, but still, it's a good study, I think, to do. But it's still not everything is explained in the guidebook, and yeah, I understand maybe the wish to know what it means, what something means, but it's true. It's so true that uh, when you just study it in your own way or alone, when you study it alone with reference or without reference and just journal about some teeny tiny little thing in a card, it will mean more to you than someone telling you what it means.
Mhm.
I mean, yeah. So this is one of those decks that we can do that in, right?
Absolutely. And I feel like we don't talk about it enough. I feel like we bring ourselves on the table when we do a reading because we have past, we have a history. Symbols don't mean the same thing for me than for you or for other people. So I feel like we should, I don't know, we should not. Okay, sorry. The thing is, you start me here. The thing
Good.
is, I was talking about that, and I was thinking, when I stopped, because tarot is relatively new in my life, and when I began to feel confidence reading for others, is when I start reading for others, and then I realized that I was going away from the book meaning. So I was able to go away from the book meaning. So I was, I know what the card means. One, I know what the card means for me. Two, but then in the reading, for especially for other people, it can really go further than that. And when I start to play with this, it's when I start to gain confidence. So the symbols are really important, but yet they are very different from one pair of eyes than the other. if that makes sense.
Yes, yes. No, it does. It's true. And also, just the beauty of tarot in itself, because this is a very untraditional tarot deck. Some people might even say, what the hell are you doing with this? There's no esoteric symbolism anywhere. Well, I disagree, but it's not a traditional old school deck for
Mhm.
sure. But the one of the beautiful things about this practice is that every symbol also changes meaning for you because we grow older and we
Mhm.
grow, in different parts in our lives, and so a card can change meaning also. So um, I'm also wondering though, is this a deck that you use to read with for other people?
No, not yet, not yet. But like I said, I'm so I feel not trapped, but immersed by the void when I'm with those cards. So, and like I said, I'm not sure if I feel really comfortable within that void. So I'm not ready yet to use it for other people. I have to know it better.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah. Yeah, no, because honestly, I started doing readings with this deck for other people on my Patreon, because some people
Mm.
have kind of like they get a monthly reading, and sometimes I pull out this deck, but it's almost like, well, I think they know by now, but in the beginning I most of the time left a little warning of like, well, it's going to be very intuitive, uh,
Yeah.
but that I no longer kind of shy away from that. It's good, I think, but
Mhm.
also um it's just it can this deck I feel can take you, just anywhere with a card. You start with the traditional meaning, and then all of a sudden, like a rocket through space or something, you're off.
Mhm.
So I guess, yeah, that could feel uncomfortable, but also it's great because I get some really great readings with this deck. It's really
Mhm.
crazy. I wanted to see some of the comments because I'm very much behind. But Astrid said that the Crow's Magic Tarot is one of her most reliable decks, but it's for sure not a gentle one, rather strict to the point.
Mhm.
I think I see that, but I like that because it's just so honest. Obviously, it's also the reader, when you're ready uh, to read some truth in the cards, you'll find it.
Mhm.
Um, Talking about films. Uh, okay, so I used to read for clients with it, but then just stopped. But I like Londa Mark's other decks better than this one. She was married to a rock star, I forget who. Yeah, so Londa Mark's, I don't know about her most recent, projects, but I know that she was a that was in the book. She was a designer for uh, clothes, I think, for rock groups.
Mhm.
So there's a lot of the rock music influence, I think, in her life. So that's probably why everything is so dark and black, and maybe even metal swords. I don't know. That's just an association that I made. Um, and, I mean, it's not like we see any uh, like cool clothes or anything like that in this deck. It's just animals and people are naked. But maybe we do see some form of I don't have enough knowledge of this. Maybe we do see some sort of composition or something.
Yeah, I don't know either. But knowing that she designed clothes, that reminds me of her previous tarot deck, the Londa Tarot, which have very weird human-like but not really human characters, and they have mask and clothes, and I can see that. I can see that.
Yeah,
Actually,
they
I
all
see
have
that
the
more in that other one than this
yeah.
one. Mm.
Yeah. I don't have that deck, but I saw it in a video. They all have big hair and the big eyeliner, and they
Mhm.
all look like glam or I don't
Glam
know,
rock. Yeah.
glam rock. Maybe that's terrible to say, or the 80s rock.
Yeah.
It's not all glam rock. Okay, so Mixer's Ray is saying it reminds me of The Mind's Eye, which is an old computer animation VHS. Um, Blade Runner, Jurassic Park. Yeah,
It reminds me of the Lawnmower Man. Have you seen that?
I don't think so.
It's with Pierce Brosnan. It's a very old movie, but it was the beginning of the virtual reality, and there's a lot of images like those. And it came out in '92, so yeah, it was really in that timeline.
Mm. Oh yeah, but it's funny what you said in the beginning because I totally agree. I mean, I was born in
You're younger than me.
I was born in 87. But still, I like 70s and 60s music, and
Mhm.
of course some of that rock influence went on in the 80s, etc. Every era has something cool. But it's true, like when I look at this deck, maybe it has a name, like the golden age thinking, where we think everything used to be better, a time that we never knew. That there's also a name for, you see something that is from clearly from the end of the 80s, almost end of the 90s, almost 2000s, and it looks like something like straight from the 80s or something. It looks much older to us.
Mhm.
I think I saw, I don't know, it's just these weird brain things that I have to share. I saw uh, a video on YouTube, someone explaining about Fresh Prince of Bel Air, and everybody thinking that that is a show from the 80s, but it's like 90s and then end of 90s or something like that. It's just so strange when you realize, like, oh, it's not that long ago.
Mhm.
I don't know. uh oh yeah, someone is, or Mixtress Ray again, is like cheering you on. Yes, go off in your tangent, say what you have to say. Not tangent, but like me, like a brain fart, brainstorm, I mean, not fart.
We may have
uh
those too.
yeah, exactly. You'll see plenty of those two people. um
I see a word that I really like, and it's shamanic
oh
from
yeah.
Ian Board. I like I like this word because I didn't thought about it, but it's very true. It's very shamanic, but shamanic in space, which is weird to me, but it works.
Yeah, exactly. Like what there are different ways to understand shamanic, right? But what does it truly mean? It's like a journey thing, isn't it? Like very spiritual thing. Or does it, yeah, I mean, does it belong to some sort of people, or I don't know
Oh yeah,
this.
that's a large debate, and I don't feel like I have the knowledge to go there.
But there is probably a debate.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think for sure, in what I understand what the word shamanic means, yeah, it applies. It applies.
Mhm.
So, if you want to know something that is in the guidebook, I can quickly look it up, because it's not like I have the guidebook, but I have photos printed out of the little book, of the big guidebook, I mean.
Mm.
That's my guidebook, like it's this time this, but then times five. That's so thick, very unhandy, but still, we can look through it if you want. And okay, energy animism. Oh yeah, yeah, very much energy animism. So I'm wondering, where should we start, with the cards we do like or don't like?
As you wish. I think we could start by the middle pile. The not the best, but not the worst. I say worst. You know what I mean. But it's not. It's not the best, not the worst. Like just the middle. Those we were that made us think and stop maybe. Or
Yeah,
you have a meh you have a
yeah.
meh pile.
I have a meh pile, like the ones that aren't doing that much for me, but um, yeah, some of them are kind of funny. I don't know, but what would you say your that middle pile is to you?
My middle pile is a pile of cards that I like for really aesthetic reasons. Like I just think they're cool. I have not that much else to say about them. I just think they're cool. So I can go to them very quickly if you want.
Yes, yes, and then I'll let you know if I have the same ones because some of those cool cards are in the love. Probably.
So I'm gonna start with a very simple one, but it's a symbol. I don't know the symbol, but I really like how it showed. It's the Two of Cups, and I just like the you have that was in which pile?
That was in the love pile.
Ah,
Love.
because without animals, without human, you just see the fusion. This is a pip with feelings. You see the fusion between those two things that we don't know what they are. So I just think it's really cool.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. Uh, if the whole deck would have pips like this, I wouldn't mind. I
Mm,
would maybe, I don't know if I want to say I would maybe love it more, maybe not, but more pips like this I would love actually in
mm.
this deck. But because yeah, it does say something. But the guidebook does explain what this is, but maybe you don't want to know.
um, it's probably not. You know what? I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait.
Think about it, like sleep on it, and maybe tell me. Yeah, maybe this is a temptation that once you know, you cannot unknow. So
Yeah, we'll see. I'll check in the little white book just to see if it's there, but we'll see.
yeah.
I have more. I have two that I can talk together. Is the Six of Swords and the Seven of Swords, just because I love those metallic animals. Just love those
Oh.
birds that
Hmm.
looks like metal,
Yeah.
and I
Yeah.
think it's cool. Like I said, this is the pile where all I can say is it's cool.
Yeah. Yeah. Nice.
I l-
Because what do you? I mean, I don't know. Maybe one of these cards you can say why you love it, and maybe what you not. Of course, you say why you love it, but what you would read into it, obviously, because this is a very for most people. This is weird stuff. Like, how would you read this? It's cool looking, but also I think in here it says partner and nexus, but most of it I would see as the kind of balance thing,
yeah.
obviously, and some type of golden, yeah, golden middle and golden
Hmm.
elevating one another or something like that. It's the two of cups after all. I like the two of cups.
But to me, it really reads just like a. Oh my God, I'm sorry to say that. Maybe I'm completely wrong, but this feels like to me this feels like a very Rider Waite Smith Two of Cups.
Ah, yeah, yeah. I mean,
Like
the meaning.
the meaning, and but well, of course the artwork is very different, but I see the shape almost, you know sharing a drink, and
Mhm.
the traditional card. You have this couple coming very close, and this is what they're doing there.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, this is how I see it at first glance, at least.
No, yes, I love that. It's so good. And then Aaron commented golden ratio. Wow. I mean, taking it, much further than just two people meeting or two things
Mm,
meeting. It's actually like everything has the same, I don't know, stems from the same things or yeah, going out there. Um but let me think. I forgot what I wanted to say. Oh yeah, right. So you said okay, it reads like a Rider-Waite-Smith. Yes, I mean there's a lot of Rider-Waite-Smith influence in here, but there's also some Thoth influence in here,
Hmm.
right? Um, in the swords, Ace of Swords, and some other card meanings, I'm sure. Um, and then, well, I cannot help but bring in Marseille because that's just such a personal system anyway. I feel, and so obviously any pip deck or any deck, it's that. So you have more cards in this pile, or?
Yeah, I have. Well, you asked me for weird keywords. I just found one, the moon, which I put in my cool pile because it's just beautiful to me. And the keyword delusion is something I would not think about any other moon cards.
Mm-hmm.
It's I don't know. It's unique to me. It feels like a very shadowy keyword. So I don't know. I've never thought about the moon this way, but again, I don't know. It's a unique deck. So
Yeah, for sure. The moon card is in my love pile.
mhm.
Ooh, in the light, it does look like it's a actual round. Anyway, I love this this blue. It's very deep, and the yeah lunacy delusion. I agree. It's going into the very negative side of the moon, which I don't love to highlight. I love the moon. I prefer to read it in a positive sense, but it's just I think it the tarot I think was is trying to make that difference between the sun and the moon, sun being so positive, therefore the moon must be negative or something like that. But I always try to switch it around, when I see like such a negative depiction or a keyword, where the moon is related to the unknown and the fear. And so, yeah, we have to go through it. But that doesn't mean that when you get this card, it's like, oh, things aren't what they seem, or,
Mhm.
well, maybe in a sense, but so
No,
this
and
this
I don't disagree with those keywords. It's just that it's not the first one I would think when I think of the
mm,
moon.
yeah, what would it be? I think uh well, oh wait, that's too difficult to just come up with on a whim. Maybe you know the keywords for your moon card, but just one keyword, I don't know.
We, I feel like we could create a whole deck and then see what the moon would mean in that deck,
Mm-hmm.
but uh, I I don't know. I don't know what you will.
Subconscious.
Subconscious or
Yeah.
yeah, you said the unknown. I think it would be a good one.
Mm, stuff like that.
Mm.
Yeah, but I mean, I love this card in the deck. So let's see the cards. Do you have a favorite card in this deck apart from the Spiky Butt, obviously? Because that
I
is in
do
my
have
love,
one. I have, okay. Oh, yeah, me too.
love, love,
Of
love.
course.
Also, just the composition and the colors and the whole
Mhm.
thing. Yeah. Okay.
My favorite card in this deck. At first, I was um, mesmerized, I want to say. I wasn't sure about how I feel about it, but the more I sit with it and the more I think about it, I think it's really my favorite card in this deck, and I think it's overall my favorite Empress card.
Oh,
I
really?
really like this card because it's so unique. Like you look usually in any other deck, you have a focus, right? You have a woman somewhere, or if it's not a woman, it's an eagle or an animal or whatever, but you have a focus, you have something representing this entity. Yet here you have no focus. You have a leopard, you have a doe, a crow, a hawk, a butterfly, and then you realize that the empress is actually nature. It's everything that is on the card, and I really like it. I think that was really well thought out.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, it's true, especially in a deck that has so many of these animals and stuff. And I mean, I think I heard Kitty Flowers say this in one of her recent videos, and I agree. It's so nice to have a deck where it's not a pregnant empress. It's like always the same
Yeah.
damn thing, you know? Yeah. So yeah, I also like this card, but aesthetically, this is probably not one of my
No.
favorites.
Oh, I love the fact that I'm sorry.
Yeah, go
I
on.
don't want to argue with you, but I just love the fact that you have a sun here, and it's like a window into the void to see a a very small piece of sunlight. I don't know. I'm very fascinated by this card.
Yeah, I like that you went so into it
Mm.
because this is definitely one of the cards I'll pay more attention to it. It's definitely one of the cards like I get the meaning, you know, but it's not like I went deeper into it so much. Just kind of glanced over this one. Hmm. Um Hashtag spiky butt. Yeah. The Empress is one of my favorite cards in this deck. It just feels like nature and creation at its core.
Mhm.
Yes. Oh, there's so much that I can say, like, it's this at its core. Like, I don't know. Uh, you know, maybe even like, I mean, we can make symbolism in the spiky butt. It's the Five of Swords. It's as if you cannot sit down. You have to keep going. Yeah, right? And it's very uncomfortable. It's a horrible moment in the process. And so you have to leap into the unknown. Yeah, hoping your butt is going to kind of not be so spiky anymore. Yeah. That was that the Empress of the World. That was the Empress. The world is called the universe in this card. It's this. It is quite, well, not similar, but the similar idea where we have many different things.
See, I have this card very close because it was in my dislike pile.
Ah, yeah.
To
This
me,
one
is
is
it,
was just a like, but not love.
oh well, it's well. I mean, there's nothing to dislike really, but it's just a little bit too much to me. It's just a little bit too much of elements on the card. But personal choice.
Yeah, so do you still have the Empress somewhere? Because Erin wants
Mhm.
to compare.
Oh yes, I have them right here.
Cool.
Mm,
Because, I mean, it's it's maybe it's a little bit lazy to just have the planet, the world, the earth
yeah.
there. Just like in a deck I almost got last year, um Night Vale deck, one of the Night Vale decks, where
Mhm.
death is just a white blank card. I'm
Mm.
it just that's too easy, and come on people. But here, it's just I like it because it reminds me of the cycles of nature, because obviously we have the zodiac in a circle, and then we have what are those called again? I always forget, but the four corners, and then also we have autumn and spring and summer and winter in the corner here, you
Mm.
know? So that brings just that aspect to the universe. And then keyword totality, wholeness. Yeah, I really don't mind it. I like it. It does give me a little bit of a toss feel. So,
And there's a pterodactyl too.
huh?
There's a pterodactyl too.
Oh, yeah, you're right. There's so much repeat in this deck because it was a computer, horribleness.
Mhm.
We have 20 times the same bird's head. Here we have the bird that we can see in the devil. Even the colors aren't changed. It's just exactly the same thing. It's just so funny.
Well,
Okay.
the pips, the elements are the same repeated all the time, so there's a lot
Yeah.
of repetition.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So, hey, do you? I never found out. I got really close with a comment. Someone helped me out. What does this say? Because that is clearly it's saying it says something, and I googled it many times. Like someone told me what language it could
Mm,
be, but still indecipherable. Any idea?
no,
No,
sorry.
this is my one of my dislikes.
Mhm.
But okay, I think we have a same like card. The tower?
Yes,
Yeah.
right here. That is a rock on. It's cool kind of card.
Yeah, and so I don't know, maybe it looks like something different to you, but to me it reminded me of this like radio station,
Yeah.
like kind of like
Hmm.
zzz, bringing out the zones, and then in the background, but maybe with me it's too dark. Maybe you can show it. We actually see a wolf.
Hmm.
That's where the eye comes from, and that is so cool. So what do you see? Well, I don't know. What do you see in there? Why do you like this card?
Well, first of all, I like, and this is probably the reason why I like the whole deck, but in this case particularly, I like how the computer side or the machine side are intricate with the animal world, and to see this wolf in the middle of the storm of electricity. And I think it's, I don't know, it's the mixture of both technology and nature that I found very interesting. And it's, he's clearly not having a great time. So, so, and it feels like this wolf is on an electric chair or something. It's like, this is the
Oh
image that I have.
no.
No, but for real, he's like, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Um, I, I get that. Yes, yes, I can see it. It also brings me to, but I see now this is me not having enough English vocabulary to make this clear, but I saw this documentary about a guy who dedicated his life to sending out music into the universe, into the big void. Do you know what who this is? Maybe, but beautiful music. Couldn't tell you what it was at this moment, but I will link it below if I remember, because everyone should listen to that. It's great. But it's just this big, yeah, I don't know, tower, I think. Yeah, a big tower that sends out these vibes, and it's almost as if,
Mhm,
he dedicated his whole life to he said it so beautifully to like uh, send out this universal language of music into nothingness, and then now still he doesn't find his life work a failure, even though he never obviously heard anything back, because his idea was to contact um,
mhm,
other life, but other existence. But I mean, something in there in the tower, meaning maybe. Mm,
hmm.
yeah, Erin, there's a lot of similar images, same images in this
Mhm,
deck. It's like copy pasted.
mhm.
Oh, Coptic Egyptian. Okay, I'll check that out. Thank you, Ian. All right. So let me show you at least one of the cards that I love, because I have plenty in here. But it's in no particular order, because you know what? The more I use this deck, the more I realize how much I love it. And so I don't have a favorite card. Maybe my favorite card is the moon, but it's just also because I'm biased, because I always love the moon card,
Hmm.
you know. But I really love this Hanged Man, even though it's a bit controversial because it's just Jesus on a cross, I think.
He doesn't look like Jesus though.
No, he does look like Jesus to me.
Really?
What does Jesus look like to you?
If I have to recall, he was white, so obviously I don't have a very good memory on what Jesus should look like. But I
Same.
don't know. I felt like he looked so well.
He,
He didn't
he,
make the cut, so that's why it's in my it's in my big pile.
oh yeah. No, I don't know. I just like the composition of this card. I like that we are moving into the distance. But I mean, his head up close, it even looks like he has that band, you know? What is that again? The thorns.
Oh, oh.
So quite.
Yeah, okay. I thought it was like a Roman helmet.
Oh, well, I mean, maybe that is better.
That's why I thought he didn't look like Jesus because he has a mustache and this. I don't know, but maybe I'm wrong. I mean, it's old computer art, so
Exactly,
yeah.
exactly. Yeah, I mean, okay, so I don't know even which cards to show you, but okay, so one of the things about this deck that I love, and I'll just pick out three of my favorite cards, two majors and one minor, is that there's these anthropomorphic, is that the way we say it? Creatures where it's a human body with an animal head.
Hmm.
Where's my light? So here we have the Justice card. It's a human body with a crow's head. The Strength is with a lioness head, and the there you go. And then wait, Six of Wands. I always love this Six of Wands with the bear. The bear energy is such victory. I
Mm.
just love that so much, even though obviously, you know, it's still an ugly. I don't know, ugly deck. But I mean, we got past that. It's cool. So okay, I saw you have the strength card.
That was in my like pile. It's
Okay.
one of those that I really like. I like the fact that the man and the well, it's not a lion. It's a tiger, I guess. The man and the animal is one, but then you also have others. I'm sorry, I'm in the reverse reverse camera, but
No, we see it right, I think.
yeah, I don't. My vision,
Uh-huh.
my viewfinder is reversed, but you see the other leopard in the bush there,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, okay, so it's the strength. The character impersonate the strength, but he also lead a pack, right? So yeah, I don't know. I think it was an interesting choice.
Yeah, exactly. And I like the strength card. I mean, it's partly, not always, not actually not. It shouldn't be, but partly my birth card. But just because I
Mm,
started with Rider Waite Smith, and it's actually 8. Obviously, I'm
okay.
Justice, but
Mm.
Justice is also in here. Haha. But I always like that idea of this one being so much about shadow work and what's the word again, like integrating the shadow, where uh in so many decks there's a woman and a lion, and then here it's just one creature and it already is integrated, it already is one, just like
Mhm.
in the Patrick Valenza deck. It's this beast lady. I really love that. And then here we have three of those, maybe more though, I'm not sure now. But I really like that about this deck. It's
Mhm.
like saying you can take in this, um, yeah, I don't know, like spiritual animal guide knowledge into yourself, kind of thing.
Mhm.
Uh, okay, I like this Wolf's Tower card, but I'm truly in love with the Judgment. Even when I am working with other decks, this image is always in my mind. Okay, so where is your Judgment card?
I think it didn't make the cut.
Oh, it did for me. Yeah, I like this one. I just like the door that's in nowhere, in
Mm,
the middle of nowhere, opening, and yeah, just that awakening of here you go. And I like
mm,
actually that we see the moth from the hermit card. We see this is actually the high priestess. uh this is where it kind of helps to have the actual repeat
mhm,
elements, and then these blocks that we see in the Fool and in the Hierophant card as well. To me, that just is, I don't know why, but it always feels like it's somehow knowledge or gnosis that is just out there in the void waiting for you to get it.
mm.
So that's why I really liked this. I wanted to ask before I forget. I love the way you describe your Crow's Magic Tarot because you don't have a star card. That this is a
Yes.
deck without hope.
Well, I would have mentioned it because this is in my favorite pile.
Good, good.
So the whole thing is I bought this on eBay, and when I received it, I realized that there was 78 card, including the title card, but no star cards. So for a while, I use it without any card for the star, thinking that okay, when I use this deck, there's no hope. There's no hope in here. And what's the Dante's quote? It's abandon all hope, ye who enter here. So it amused me, but then I thought I should shuffle the title card instead of the star, because if I ever want a star card in my deck, I want it to be just as used as the other card around. So I keep it. But this is not a star card. This is the absence of the star card. So if I haven't picked it up in a reading yet, but if it had to show up, I'd be like, okay, this is the absence of this card.
Mhm. Mm.
So it makes it unique to me.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, I have to say, I like having the star card,
Mhm.
obviously, to have a full deck. And this star card isn't bad at all. Just the stars aligned in this way, kind of, oh wait, that, oh no, wait, whatever way, a way we see lines. It's like a Milky Way kind of thing, and with the bird obviously being so free, I like that. But just, you know, I like the way that you put it. It's kind of poetic and funny at the same time. And also, I don't know why, but it's such a relief to see someone using a title card for its purpose, original purpose,
Oh yeah.
probably, right? Don't you? I mean, maybe it's something that I made up together with my brother, but when we were kids, but obviously whenever we have a deck of playing cards just to play games with, when you lose a card or a card is torn or you can see, from the back which card it is, you use one of the two extra cards as a replacement and you just write on it what it's supposed to be. No, I don't know, we did that. And then in the tarot deck can be the same thing. So
I
when you
never
miss
thought
a
about
card,
that.
no? Okay, well, maybe it was just us, like, never buying new decks. It's just we used all the cards. And
Mhm.
then, I'm not saying this is a solution for every tarot deck, but obviously, why not? I think that's why, obviously, it's from the sheet. We know that we cut the sheet and we get 80 cards. But those two cards can be used when one card is lost or anything like that, right? So you can just assign that meaning kind of to that card. I don't know. I like that.
I
And
use
also,
them at bookmark.
exactly, it's always the same, like the bookmarks. Ugh, stop it. No, no, no. I obviously I do that too, but I am making a homemade uh Aliments tarot. Do you know what that is? Yeah,
No.
it's fine. It's just this Aliments tarot was this Kickstarter thing, I think. But yeah, not
Oh, the
exactly
one
what I
with
wanted.
cards from every day.
Yes,
Yeah.
like it's
Okay. Mm.
terrible actually, but it's also a good idea. So
Yeah.
terrible and good at the same time. But making it yourself with all the extra cards you get from decks or all the title cards or anything like that. Um, Obviously all the cards are different cardstock and different sizes, so I don't know how I would ever use this if it's ever finished, but any title card I have, it goes in there. And maybe I can look and see what that red bird title card is for me. Oh, I actually have it right here. That would be for me the 9 of Wands. Crow's magic title card, red bird on lava is what I called it.
Yeah.
It's like he's tired and the world is crumbling, but he's still perched on a tree or something like that.
Hmm.
um, Someone went fact checking. I don't know. Oh, Aldous Huxley, Doors of Perception. Okay, cool. Magpie deck. Yes, Aliment's Tarot would be the Magpie deck. Yes, yes. I mean, it's fun to have a little project like that. Are you making a deck? Oh, you are making a deck, aren't you? Just for yourself.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's a thing I do for myself. I have no ambition with this with this project though.
No. Well, same here. And also, I try to just be quiet about it nowadays because whenever I share my project on YouTube in a video, after that, it feels like, okay, well, now I talked about it, so it's done, even though I'm not even halfway done. And
Mm,
so I never finished the project. And it's just sad because I wanted to finish, at some point I was drawing my own Marseille Pip cards, the
mm.
number cards, and it was great, but I didn't finish it. I didn't. I think I have still like 11 cards left to go, but I don't think I'll ever finish it. So it's just sad. I talked about it online too quickly.
Well, I heard someone saying that if you talk about a project publicly or to friends or on social media, you receive gratification for that thing that you haven't finished. So since you already have this gratification, you don't feel the need to finish it. So you kind of jump to another project. I don't know. I don't know a lot about psychology, but I thought it was an interesting theory.
Yeah, yeah, and it also sounds about right. It must, be a factor in there.
As a writer, if I ever talk about a story I have in mind or a project, I'm almost sure I will never finish it because the story is out already. It's told.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
And nowadays it's so tempting to just share everything, and then,
mm.
it's so tempting to share everything and do nothing.
Well, that's sad.
That won't be us.
No.
So, okay, wait. I have plenty of other cards that I love. It's just I don't know. What did we see all your love cards?
Not all of them, but I don't know if I have a lot to say about the others. Well, okay, quickly. I have two. I have the Three of Swords, which shows a broken heart. And, I'm kind of tired of seeing three swords stabbing a heart. It's like an image that you see in every single tarot deck. And even if it's a super original tarot deck, like everything is reinvented, then you come to the Three of Swords and it's still three swords stabbing a heart. I'm very tired of this image, but here Well, first, the heart is broken. Well, it's not that different, but I just love the detail of the ice between the swords, which add a feeling of being frozen to the, within the pain that you have. I don't know if that makes sense, but
Hmm.
I mean, yeah, vocabulary issue here, but you know what I mean. When you're, it's like the frozen pain, and I just like this tiny details that was added. And the other one is the chariot. The chariot I like because it's the only face, I think, if I'm not wrong, it's the only face we see in the deck.
Hmm. Apart from the Jesus
Oh yeah,
brick
that's true.
helmet.
That's
No,
the
but that's not
that's the
really a
Jesus.
face. That's not really a face because we it's kind of like that. I don't know. This you're right. This is the true real yeah, could be like a
We
yeah.
see a person there,
Yeah.
and it's the chariot. So it makes me think that he is the chariot for the crows around him.
Ah. Yeah, because isn't this the weirdest chariot card?
Yeah, I love it.
There isn't only not a chariot, um, but it's just a person standing
Mhm.
with his legs really wide. Like, what the hell's going on? But yeah, I maybe we can check the guidebook.
Oh,
Are you okay with that?
oh yeah, sure, go.
Maybe like
It's an
block your
experiment we
ears.
are having here.
Yeah, if you don't want to know. Okay, yes, so with this with this deck astrological signs, sometimes at some point I checked together with the Thoth, at some point there's a whole part of it that doesn't correspond, that doesn't
Mhm.
align, which might be weird for some people, but yeah, in the majors I think it's still the same. This is just a Cancer card. Okay, so you have the chariot card, right?
Yep.
Um, traveling through the crow's metaphysical world, the chariot introduces you to a translucent red figure who mysteriously poses and stares intently at you. Sorry, I'm laughing already. Okay. Um, his cloak billows like a flag at half mast. The figure appears to be human, but as you look closely, you wonder if he is a conduit for otherworldly information. He has intense, unusual eyes, and they see much more in routine events than the untrained eyes of others do. The authority he conveys is powerful. Behind him, a crow freely sweeps by, analyzing the existence of the strange figures. You are tempted to join them and witness the power, mystery, and freedom of their world. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what to make of that, but okay, great. The divination. What
Thanks.
seest oh, she's quoting Shakespeare.
Oh,
Nice. What seest thou else in the dark backwards and abysm of time? Ooh, okay. So blah blah blah. Uh yeah, motivation, provocation, moving through space and time, roaming, exploring new ideas. I mean, this is pretty basic stuff. Is I thought that we were
mm.
gonna get something amazing, but
Yeah, because he's very stable on his feet. Like
yeah.
he's not. Anyway.
Hmm. I guess it was just her vision and then
Mhm.
thought, "Oh, that means the chariot to me." But yeah, I think she went more in the direction of making decisions, or yeah, like being pulled into different directions and making one decision because this guy apparently has the knowledge or something like that, right? Yeah, he burns with a message and wants you to know what it is, like a messenger. Okay, okay.
have you
Uh-huh.
have you seen the keywords? They have nothing to do with what you just read. I feel like.
Oh, what does it say?
It's entity and channel. Well, channel maybe, but
Yeah, but
you know, it's
entity.
it's 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 pretty, I don't know. It's unique. It's unique.
Exactly, exactly. Um, yeah, I mean, there's just so much that that's what I mean. Like this deck, I will, once again, I will read the guidebook front to back. But it's just very teeny tiny and difficult. But like you said, we have Meg reading it out
Hmm.
loud, right? So that's good. Um, but this deck is so good with intuitive message, right? Because you see that card, you know it's the Chariot, very weird depiction, and then still in that moment, somehow it makes sense and it all clicks together. At least that's my experience with
Hmm.
this deck. And Hackstone is saying, love the Chariot. He's riding the Astral Chariot beneath him. Yeah. Um, all right. So the Chariot is one you love. Yeah, that was definitely not in my love pile.
No.
But the Chariot never was. Again, I'm probably just biased. When I went through the Rider Waite Smith deck after years and years, the first card I pulled out as the one I hated was the Chariot. Like I preferred the Nine of Swords and Ten of Swords over that guy. But now I love him. But it took some time.
But look how he's cool. He have a coat like in the Matrix, and
I have one of those coats,
I used to
all
have one
long
too.
black
Yeah.
leather. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that is pretty cool. Where is he? Yeah, so he is the only one with clothes also.
Yeah.
Yeah, here he is. Very fiery like a flame.
Again, Jesus have a piece of cloth on him.
Yeah, the loincloth.
Yeah.
Okay, so I remember now looking at this card in real life. Um, Even though it's a watery card and all of that, it's very much about motivation, right? And just going and moving in passion. Well, it's not just the color, but also just um, the shape that we see here. It's like a
Hmm.
triangle moving upwards. So to me, that's just about the movement and very masculine. Well,
Mm.
yeah, masculine energy and fire, obviously, because it's
Hmm.
the alchemical symbol of fire. So that's I do see some movement there, but also there's I don't know. There's just do you have that in your deck as well? Like there's a teeny tiny uh badly placed light point
Yeah.
between his legs.
Yeah, I have it too.
Yeah, there you go. There's not just spiky butts in this deck. There's also spiky
Uh,
something else.
I'm not gonna try to trend this one.
Good, good. I don't want anything to do with that.
Well, Anna says.
So, I mean, just to quickly let you know,
Mm,
the some of the other cards that I love in my love pile are the Ten of Cups, the King of Swords, and Temperance. All
I
very
have none of
different.
those.
Ah, I
I'm
like
done
the.
actually with the light cards, so yeah, I'll let you talk about those.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'll be quick. These are all, of course, the birds that are flying and all of that. I like this one because it's just the crow in the back is ascending. Yeah, I just love that for the Ten of Cups. It's just something else than a happy family and a rainbow. I like that it's that kind of a freedom and moving upwards to the next level. I really like that. Then same actually kind of thing, freedom I see here with the Temperance, because it's all these different birds, and it's as if when I read this card I hear the birds wings
Mm,
flapping in the air. And I don't know, it's just that freedom idea, like I said, but freedom also sometimes means it's kind of chaotic and you don't really know what's going on, and somehow that works with Temperance. And then the King of Swords, I mean, I couldn't find it in the guidebook right now, but she obviously, Londa Marks obviously says that the crow is the king of these of this realm, at
mhm,
least. Yeah. And so also that makes sense as the King of Swords to me, because he's just the one who knows everything and has the overview and sees everything. And yeah, sees that truth kind of thing. So the keywords though, domination and mastery. Yeah. Oh, I never even noticed. This is a face. The coin is a face.
Okay, I'm gonna have to find it.
Oh my
Oh
gosh.
yeah, I see, I see.
Never done exploring a tarot deck. King of Swords. Quickly. That's the swords, yeah. Okay.
Oh yeah.
The crow is a spirit guide choosing certain artists and blah blah blah. Okay. Become masterful. Yeah. Hmm. Okay, so this is just yeah. It's probably about the crow. It's probably in the introduction. Anyway, I did want to share this. This is in the back of the guidebook, which is something that Londa wrote. The transcendent, and transcendent is something that moves through different worlds. Is that it? Is beyond or above the range of normal human experience. Stand there in your black feathered clothes, looking intense in that Egyptian like pose. You're appearing real to my senses, tempting me with tales of transgressions. Are you in temporary mental confusion, a hallucination, or a delusion? A sultan of stories poetically fine, filling me with glory and rhythmic rhyme, talking and talking but not speaking a word, communicating through your eyes of lore. As a transcendent, you had to return and claim the fire that made you burn. Yeah, kind of funny. I don't know. It's just charming of that guidebook, and um, it doesn't explain a lot, but it does explain um, how this deck feels. It's kind of like floating, in
Mm.
and doing its own thing. On the squares are also faces. Oh, right. Yeah. Those are
Oh
more
yes,
like the
I
squiggly
see. Yeah.
lines.
Mhm.
I mean, I don't know if I'm showing it, but nice. So it's like his followers maybe and his mastery over that.
Mm.
Okay. So whoa, we've been talking quite a while, but we still didn't get to the dislikes.
Should we?
Yeah, I already showed this one, but it was
Mm.
actually extra. It's just because I don't know what it means. It's otherwise it's fine to me.
Well, I mean, all of those cars are fine by me, but yeah, there's a few pet peeves that I have. And my very first is the Eight of Coins. You have this one in your dislike?
Oh, I put it in the meh pile because there's something about it that I do like. But yeah.
I This is a pet peeve of mine, but I really don't like meta stuff in the tarot cards. I don't want to see. Sometimes we see like the cards within the illustration of the in one card, and I just hate that. It takes me out. It takes me out of the world. It's like it's like a wink at the camera in a movie, and I hate
Mm,
that. I really don't like it. But I can work with it. Like I said, it's just a pet peeve. But I don't. Uh, I mean, this is so
yeah.
mysterious and large and grand that having this little wink at reality is kind of out of place for me.
Hmm.
Mm.
Yeah. Funnily enough, the thing I don't like most about this card is that butterfly. Yeah. Most of the time with butterflies, I'm like, come on. But I get it. I get the symbolism. Okay, so that was a coins. I have plenty of coins in here. Oh my gosh. Okay, so you said 8 of coins. Well,
And
I have.
it's my only minor card in my dislike
Oh,
pile.
oh
Yeah.
yeah. Okay. Yeah, I don't have dislikes in the majors. I do have the 9 of coins though.
That was almost in my like pile.
Yeah. No, I mean that's fine. Maybe you can make me like this card more.
uh, I didn't sit long enough with that card to
Yeah.
to be able to do that, to change your mind.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. 9 of coins to me, that's probably very right away Smith, but it's so about accomplishing yourself. Like,
Mhm.
yeah, this being a family, it's
Oh
I
yeah.
don't know.
Hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. That's just one of the things.
So
And
the
then also,
accomplishment would be having a family.
well, maybe that's not even. I mean, I understand that would be an accomplishment. It's just,
Hmm.
where's the accomplishment of the individual?
Yeah.
You
Mm.
know. So yeah, maybe it's somewhere else in this deck. But yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't know. That's why I didn't like it. Okay, you go.
Okay, I will go with the sun card. I don't like the sun card. This is a thing that I really like in my sun cards is a wall. I
Oh yeah.
love having a wall on the sun card. Even the top have a kind of a wall around the mountain. But yeah, I feel like this wall is what I feel like the wall is the protection that we have so we don't fall from the cliff like the fool. I don't know if it makes sense, but this is how I
Mm-hmm.
see. This is the knowledge that we acquire from the whole major arcana up until this point, and so we can be happy and be protected by what we know because we can avoid the danger, right? So, not having a wall is one thing, but seeing this bird flying right through the sun is kind of a fool card to me,
Uh-huh.
more than a sun. And because of the phoenix thingy, maybe it would be a good judgment card, but I don't see the sun, or at least I don't see what I like to see in a sun card.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah,
Mm.
exactly. Oh, once we have, well, that's not true. With any deck, we have to work around some cards, right?
Mm.
Work extra hard to get a meaning out of it that we understand and like, and all of that. Okay, so I I'm not sure exactly why, but the 7 of coins is in my dislike pile.
Because of the repetition of the leopards.
Maybe. I don't know. It's just production and reap. And then we get these what are these? Cheetahs? I hmm. I don't know. I don't know. I have to dive into it more. I am so used to seeing or thinking at least about, 7 of coins. It's just a choice and it's very inwards. And yes, the 7 is a moving number, but or outward going number, but still it's just the contradiction in the card. And here all I see is speed and going really fast, and yeah, it's just a difficult one for me. And then also, yeah, I mean, this deck has I feel two different types of computer art,
Mm.
like we get I don't know how to explain that, but we get the kind of like smooth computer art, like these animals, I don't know if you can tell the difference on the
Mm.
screen, but these animals, they kind of look more drawn than these ones. These ones look, I don't know, a little bit less cool. Yeah, so tell me, what else do you have?
Okay, next is the Emperor. But,
No,
yeah, I
I
know, I
love
know.
it.
I kind of like it too. It's just that the Empress is such a cool concept to me. Then, having just an Emperor card with a main focus, um, it's cool. I like it. It's just a little bit disappointing when you see the Empress card next to it. To me, at least. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I get that. Oh my gosh. So what would the emperor actually what should it have been? If the
it,
empress's nature?
it should. I don't know if I say the name right. If the Empress is Gaia, the Emperor should be Uranus, the sky.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah.
What's around the nature?
Yeah, yeah. Cool. Okay. Yeah. I mean, that's good and very cosmic also. This is such
Mhm.
a I always say that about the Thoth, but this one also is the cosmic deck. It feels like, even though here obviously we are looking at things that are more on Earth. So anyway, I got to check the comments real quick because people are helping me making sense of the cards that I don't like. So people are talking about their phobia of insects, and that's why they don't like the Queen of Wands in this deck because there's a spider. I really don't mind that. I really like that. But yeah, about the cheetahs, cheetahs find it difficult to find food, or yeah, game. Cheetah raise their young for many years, providing food. Right, so the young stay quite long in with their parents, or yeah, in the pack, obviously. But um, all right. Okay. Take care, honey. Yeah, I mean, it's getting late for some people, right?
Mm.
But yeah, I mean, that's helpful. And I will check the chat when we are done, when it will be up a little bit more, because I'm sure there are more of these tips in there. Hmm. Okay. How many more dislikes do you have that you want to talk
Only
about?
one, and I don't have a lot to say about it. It's just the devil,
Yeah.
and I think it's just. I'm sorry, I was looking at the the comments, but I have not much to say about it. It's just that I usually like the devil, and this card does nothing to me. But that's
Hmm.
it.
Yeah. The only, or not the only, but the quickest, that's what I mean. The quickest way for me to read that card is because the bird is like that, like over
Mhm.
something. It's that traditional meaning of, oh, there's something hanging over your head, something has
Mhm.
some influence over you, which honestly is not my favorite way to read the devil. I always like to read it as creativity and being your own boss, kind of. It's kind of like the other side of it, reading the devil in light, actually
Mm.
being it yourself instead of having this force over you. But yeah.
But you say that about this crow
Yeah.
symbolizing the devil, but what's under it is a snake, which would also be a form of devil. So
Yeah. Like
I don't
the
know.
temptation thing.
Yeah, like the yeah.
Mhm. Mhm.
And that's all. That's all I have.
That's all you have. Yeah. I have just one more. Well, actually, I have this one, but I talked about it in a video, and yeah, maybe I'm okay with it. Guess I can read it. This one is, I think, I don't know. Okay, six of coins, gifts and bounty, and in this card, it's like a whole lot of, I don't know. I don't know what this is. Oh, okay, obviously, right, because you were talking about then ancient Greek with the crazy god stories that Aaron is saying. Uranus
Hmm.
was the son and husband of Gaia. They gave birth to the Titans.
Hmm.
Okay, okay, I totally forgot about that because I actually read those Greek myths sometimes. So
Yeah,
six
and
of coins. What do you see in that?
oh, I just found it out. I see gifts and bounty, don't you?
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah, I just see a bunch of stuff. Why you draw my attention to it now? I'm gonna not like this card.
Yes, an extra minor card that you don't like. Hey, I like all the majors that you showed me. Although I appreciate your attention to detail and very clear why you don't like it, why it doesn't
Mhm.
work for you. That's I like that. Here, okay, so the guidebook talks about blessings, goodness. Yeah, it's that obviously that idea of everything that you put out into the world comes back to you. It's the wealth and prosperity, kindness and generosity, um, right? The end of the rainbow is coming your way. Hmm. Uh, and as you wander through fields of flower, there's so much stuff also. There's a need to reassure yourself that you are not in a dream state. How can goodness truly be yours this time, you ask? The sun comes out and bathes you with its nourishing light. All grows well now. Okay. And well, I mean, there's actually a meaning in here as well. I'm just reading the weirdest part of the deck, of the guidebook. Yeah. So I mean, I guess we just see a bunch of stuff because it's about a bunch of stuff. If this is good things that you put out into the world, you also get these good things back. These are all things that we want.
Hmm.
Hmm. Still, in this deck, it's so mysterious because not she doesn't always explain why some animals are depicted in the cards. That's like a kind of homework. If we want to know, we have to find out for ourselves. She doesn't always explain, or hardly ever explain, what these symbols mean because we don't just have the symbols in the objects. We also have these symbols.
Mhm.
You know, like I'm not always sure what they are. So how do you Google or find symbols in a book that you don't know the name of? It's very difficult. So yeah, those are kind of the things that I have to glance over because this little squiggle, the last one that I showed, it's not going to mean anything to me by itself.
Mhm.
So yeah, all that's kind of like a deck with extra stuff.
That
um,
reminds me of a well, it's a silly story, but there was a movie called Paranormal Activity 4. Have you seen this one?
I think I only saw the first one or first two.
Well, there's a cult. There's a cult involved in this movie, and the sign of the cult is like a triangle within the circle. And then with this sign, the protagonist find information about the cult on the internet, and I was like, what did she what did she Google? Like a triangle and circle, and then she find the the web page of the cult. What?
Yeah, so you also already like know, how the hell are you unless you just see it and immediately ask the meaning,
Mhm.
if you cannot, yeah, the only way to find that out if you stumble upon it. So weird. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I won't be able to know what this means.
No, no. Unless, of course, if all those smart, intelligent uh, people in the chat let us know. Yeah. So let's see. One of those weird symbols in the Hierophant card reminds me of the Einstürzende Neubauten logo. Now I can't unsee it. I will Google it. Uh, there are a bunch of symbol dictionary books out there. Yeah, might need to give those a go. And then Andrea is saying maybe she just made them all up.
Maybe.
Yikes. Maybe. Maybe. Um okay, so one last thing, I don't know. This is kind of like a um uh, how do I say that? Like uh, uh, talking about this deck for 1.5 hours with you, which was a lot of fun, obviously. But just something that I want to add in this video is that this deck, often when I shuffle it, it just the cards fly everywhere. They fall out of my hand. This is the deck I think that I own that I drop most out of all of my decks. And I mean, on the back, of course, there's these crows, but it doesn't bother me. It's like this deck just wants to fly. It just wants to, and then I have to take the time to pick them up and make it a whole again. So I don't know. That's just a part of the personality of this deck to me. It just wants to fly. And I
Hmm.
wanted to add that in here. Do you have anything you wanna share or say or
No, unfortunately, I do not have this experience with this deck, but I did drop a card during this video. So there's
ah,
that.
see? There's it's starting already. Do you know which one it is? There's a
it,
message in
it
there.
was your lovely Six of Coins.
Oh, okay. Well, that one you can just leave under the
Yeah.
water. Just put the other title card instead, and it will be better deck. uh, and know your memes. Hmm. Is it bad? I don't know what this means. I know what a meme is, but sorry. You'll just let me know. That's internet humor I'm not familiar enough with. Oof. Okay, guys. Do you have any questions for Sylvain before we leave? Okay, so Erin is saying I haven't used the book, an illustrated encyclopedia of traditional symbols. Yeah, good. I also have a symbol book, maybe two or three actually, but yeah, they're small.
I
They're
have the
small.
one from Barbara Walker, who I really love. Oh, by the way, I put this out here. Can Do you know
Showgirls.
why? Because in your last live, someone said that the Crow's Magic Tarot was the showgirls of the of the tarot.
Wow. Okay,
I
but
thought it was funny.
why? Why? Because I think I saw that movie once, but
I hope what the commentary meant was that it looks very bad, but it actually genius. But I don't think that's what the person said. I think the person said that in a way of, oh, it's so bad it's good. It's so ugly it's beautiful kind of way.
oh, right. Well, I can agree with both, I
Yeah.
think.
But here's the book that I have from Barbara Walker with symbols
Oh,
and sacred object, and it's heavy. I haven't read it all, but maybe all those symbols are in there. I'll look into it. Mm.
cool. Cool. Okay, so someone is asking you, where did you get your Crow's Magic Tarot deck?
It was on eBay. It was on eBay,
Mhm.
and really, I wasn't really looking hard. Like, I'm very bad at hunting out of print decks, and I don't know. I kind of let it go. After a year or so, I kind of let it go, and then it showed up on eBay, and I purchased it. And for the information, I may not have a star card, but I did had a $15 refund because of it. So I'm cool. I'm cool with it. I'm fine.
That was nice. That was
Mm,
nice. Yeah. And then Ian is asking, when are you posting your next video?
I soon. I don't know. I don't plan my videos really, so I don't know.
That's good.
So
That's
soon.
good. Yeah, exactly. No, I mean, I think people are excited to hear you yeah, speak and show some things, and so they're excited to for your next video. And I mean, same here, So, but I
Oh.
think it's good also, especially in the part of YouTube that we exist, very small part, but very fun part. It's not that important to have a schedule, right?
Mm,
I mean, I did a whole 2021 one video a week or more, and it was fun, but also really difficult sometimes. And
mm,
I'm the one who made it difficult. It's just it's nice when you have something to say that you want to put out into the world, and there you go. So it's nice also to have that surprise. I think, like,
mhm,
hey, you posted 3 times a week, or hey, after a month, hey, there you are again. Something like that, and then
mhm.
it fits for everyone, I think. But people are happy to see soon was the answer.
Yeah, soon.
It's not like, okay, fine, I'm taking a break, see you next year. No, it's soon. Okay, good, good. Yeah, all right. So I think that was it for us. We stayed on for much longer than I thought we would. I'm talking about just the deck, but obviously just, fooling around a little bit. So that was fun.
But what a deck, though.
Exactly. I mean, we discovered the other side of the spiky butt. So that's something. But it won't be a trending hashtag. Thank you.
No, no, I'm not gonna try it.
Oh, I know Sylvain has said that you started tarot throughout quarantine. Is that what that comment means?
Yeah. Well, this is a very long story short, but I was interested into tarot before, but never really got into it because the first deck I received was a Marseille, and I couldn't learn it when I. It was when I was very young, but then in quarantine I saw. Well, at the very beginning of the quarantine, I saw an actress that I love a lot, who shows her decks, and I was like, well, this is not Marseille. I could learn that. So so I started learning about more illustrated decks, and funny enough, now I'm kind of in a mood of trying to get away. I think we talked about this earlier, but I'm in the mood of getting away from the book meaning and getting away from the illustration. I think I want to give it a try to the Marseille, or even playing cards, like
Yeah.
something very very not illustrated. So I don't know,
Yeah.
just
Exactly. Oh, but it's so good. You have to be in the mood to go into that, but it's wonderful. I mean, I know. I actually I learned Marseille because I got a Marseille deck, the
Mhm.
Triomphe. Otherwise I probably wouldn't have. But it's so good. Like, that's when it really, got to the next level kind of thing, if that's what you want to say, how you want to say it. But yeah, I love non-illustrated, non-scenic cards now. Yeah,
Pips
so
with
much.
no feeling.
No, they do have feeling.
Yeah, I know.
No, it's true. I mean, sometimes they really don't have feeling, but then yeah, there's it's not a lot of love in the deck. I think this Crow's Magic Tarot, there's definitely pips with feeling. Pips
Hmm.
with feeling. And I'm sure, having discussed all of these cards, some of them I didn't like, you do like, and the vice versa. Obviously, we also help ourselves to see, the other side of these cards, and to kind of like be directed into making sense of all the
Hmm.
cards also.
Hmm.
So I think maybe the Six of Coins, either we will both find meaning into it, or either I just gave you an extra card that you don't like in the deck. It's also possible. But I hope it's option one. Yeah, okay. So I think that was it. Thank you so much, Siva, for being here. Your first live in English with me. I'm very honored. So thank
I'm
you.
honored to be here. You're the one of the very first content creator I found about YouTube, and it's nice to talk to you first, and it's nice to be here. It's a nice channel. It's comfortable. It's warm. I like it.
Good, good. I'm glad. I'm so glad. Thank you. And yeah, we didn't have to switch to French at all.
No,
English, very on point here, right?
thanks.
Because we started a little bit in French, yeah, before going live. Ah, okay. Well, thank you for sharing that, Ian. um, Okay, we're gonna go. Thanks everybody so much for being here. If you don't know it yet, I mean, I don't know. If you don't know it yet, go to Sylvain's Deadly Sins channel. It's full of great videos, like you know, I don't know, brainstorms sharing with a lot of depth and humor, which is really refreshing. Great, love it. So
Thank
um,
you.
yeah, so we're gonna go now. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye.